Vao-assistant is a completely new application that provides convenience and speed of booking services for customers, as well as comfortable work and the development of own business for service providers. When running the application for the first time, the user enters the demo screen where he gets information about the application. During viewing, the user is asked to authorize the use of notifications and determine the geolocation to display the current user location and calculate its distance to the selected location. After a brief introduction to the benefits of the application and its features, we go directly to the operation of the application itself. The main screen contains sections with the categories of services which our application refers to. The side menu button is available on the main screen. In guest mode, you can open notifications, go to the application settings, and also the profile, favorites, feedback, FAQ, and About Application tabs. When clicking on the About Application tab, you'll get a brief information about the application features. When clicking on the Read button below, you can always review the brief demo and learn the application features. By opening the FAQ tab, you can see the topics related to frequently asked questions when using the application and possibly find answers to your questions from the list. What is the Vao-assistant application? Where can I see my meetings, etc. In the Feedback tab, you can contact technical support and make suggestions, write about any error or malfunction, ask questions not answered in the FAQ section. The Favorites tab contains all the service providers that user has added to favorite. You can add to favorites by simply clicking on the heart icon under the profile of the selected provider of certain services. In the Guest mode, when clicking on Profile, you go to the System Login or Registration panel. To sign up for any services, a user must register. It's easy. To log into the system, you must have a previously registered email address and come up with a password. You can also use social networks to enter the system. If you've already been registered with these two networks, continue to log to the application through. If you're a new user, go to the registration panel by clicking on New User, Register. You can enter your data, such as your email and password that will be used to log in. Also, here you can access using social networks. To complete the registration, you must consent with the privacy policy and the terms of use. To read them, you can click on the links below. A page will appear that contains information about the privacy policy of using personal data and the rules for using Vao-assistant. By checking the box, you consent with the privacy policy and terms of use. After clicking the registration button, you are registered as a user in the system. After logging in as a registered user, an option to sign up for a specific time to the service providers in the system becomes available. In the side menu, there's a new tab, Sign-ups. When clicking it, you can see all your sign-ups and appointments made through the application. At the bottom, there's an additional key for switching to the service provider mode if you belong to them. The registered user can work in both modes by switching them using this key. In the customer mode for signing up to other service providers, in the supplier mode to provide the opportunity of signing up to your services. When switching from the customer mode to the supplier mode, the current tariff plan currently available in the system will be offered. Being in the customer mode only, any user can use the application for free and sign up to any service provider in the system. Clicking on the profile, you open the screen where you can upload your avatar, enter a public email, first and last name, select the gender, date of birth, and the phone number. To confirm this, you must consent with the privacy policy and the terms of use of the system. The public data entered by you will be visible to the service providers, which you directly sign up through the Vao-assistant application. Public email, name, and the phone number are mandatory. The rest of the data are entered at will. The main screen offers sections and categories to quickly find the service you're interested in. The sections are located at the top of the screen horizontally, and the categories below are in the vertical list. After clicking on the category, a list of subcategories appears. And when selecting a subcategory, a list of providers that provide this type of service opens. The Suppliers tab offers all providers of the selected type of services, organizations and individuals. You can choose to search only organizations or only individuals, or leave both of these categories to search. To search for the desired service provider from the list of suggested services, click the search icon in the upper right corner. If you're looking for a specific person or organization and you know the name of the service provider, you can enter it in the search bar. You can also filter suppliers by main tags by clicking the icon on the right of the search bar. You can choose a specific country, the staff language, etc. Suppliers can be displayed not only in the format of cards, but also in the format of locations on the map. To display the map, click the icon in the lower right corner of the screen. When clicking on a specific location icon on the map, you can view information about the service provider, its title, location, and open or closed status. You can also see the distance to the location. And when clicking on the corresponding nearby icon, the system will prompt you to build a route to the selected location. If you wish to learn the information about the provider, the list of its services, etc., click on the Sign Up button. There are tabs with information from the provider at the top of the screen. Initially, you get to the Services tab, which displays information about the staff of the provider, specific services provided by each employee, as well as the duration of each service and its cost. The Info tab displays the name, contact information, location of the provider, brief information, and the open or closed status. You can also contact the provider using the communication methods and read a brief information about it. Below are the features of the provider, a set of tags for users to find it in the system using a filter. The Location tab displays the location of the provider on the map. When clicking on the location icon on the map, you see a route to the immediate location of the provider. It is specified correctly. The Gallery tab shows work examples of other uploaded images of the provider. The Feedbacks tab shows messages with feedbacks and ratings from customers who have already used the service of this provider. You can leave a feedback only after signing up through the application and receiving the service as a customer. At the Providers page, you can choose a service you are interested in from the list and sign up for a specific employee, the service provider. After choosing a service, the application redirects you to the schedule of the selected employee. The service provider taking into account all its current appointments from other customers. Here you can select the month, date and time which the provider allowed for signing up. Dates when signing up is impossible, and also the days off are highlighted in red. You can also add other services of the same employee. In this case, the time required for the provision of all services is summed up, which should be taken into account when choosing the start time for the provision of services. If the total time of services does not fit into the provider's work schedule, the system will issue a message stating that the service you selected did not fit in the period of the employee's work. At the bottom of the screen, there's a field for a note if you want to leave a message to the provider during service booking. Then click on the Confirm button, and you will see a notice that the appointment was successfully reserved, and you shall wait for confirmation from the service provider. The provider will in turn receive an appropriate notice of your appointment, approve or reject it stating the reason for the rejection. You will receive a message that you can view by clicking on the notification icon in the side menu. You can also view all your reservations at the Sign-ups tab, their status, and cancel or shift them to another time. When click on the About Provider button, the application will again open the provider's page where you can see the location of the provider's site, build the route, view the service, and other information.